a die is thrown 1000 times with the frequencies for the outcomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 as given in the following table. Okay, outcome 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and frequencies like this: 179, 150, 157, 149, 175, 190. That means this get 1 on the die that is 179 times and 150 times you will get number 2 on the die, and 157 times you will get 3 on the die, and 149 times you will get 4 number 4 on the die, and 175 times you will get number 5 on the die, and 190 times you will get number 6 on the die. Okay, that is the meaning from this table, and using that table you have to find the probability of getting each outcome. That is you have to find probability of getting 1 on the die, 2 on the die, 3 on the die, etc. up to 6 on the die. Okay, so now first one, probability of getting first outcome, that is the probability of getting 1 on the die. So P of getting 1 on the die or getting 1, that is equal to in numerator place what you have to write number of trials in which event E has happened. Now number of throws in which you will get number 1, that you have to write in numerator place dividing by total number of throws 1000 times. Okay, for this experiment total number of tosses, total number of throws that is same, that is the denominator you have to write 1000 times each time. Okay, so in the numerator what you have to write how many times you got a number 1 on this die, that you have to write, that is 179 dividing by total number of throws. How many throws? Total there are 1000 throws, and this is the probability of first outcome. And next probability of getting a second outcome, that is probability of getting number 2 on the die, getting 2. Okay, how many times you got 2 on the die? 150 times, that you have to write in numerator place dividing by total number of throws, that is 1000. And here you can simplify further, cancel 0 at the end, then 5900 you can cancel by 5 3 times 5 2 times 10 0 times, so 3 by 20, that is the probability of second outcome. And next probability of third outcome, probability of getting number 3 on the die, that is equal to how many times you got 3 on the die? 157 times out of 1000 times. Okay, total of throws 1000, out of that 157 times you got a number 3. So this is the probability of third outcome. Next probability of fourth outcome, that is the probability of getting number 4 on the die, that is equal to how many times you got 4 on the die? 149 times dividing by total number of throws, that is 1000. And same type you have to find probability of last two events also, that is 5 and 6. So now probability of getting 5 on the die, that is equal to number of times you got 5 on the die, that is 175 dividing by total number of throws, that is 1000. Here both the numbers are divisible by 5, cancel by 5, 5 3 times 15, 2 left, 5 5 times 25, and 5 2 times 10, 0 times 0, 0 times 0, 35 and 200 you can cancel by 5, 5 7 times, and 5 4 times 20, 0 times 0. So 7 by 40, that is the probability of which last but previous one, and this is the probability of fourth, this is the probability of first outcome. Now probability of last one, probability of getting number 6 on the die, probability of getting 6 on the die, that is equal to how many times we got 6 on the die, that in the numerator, that is 190 dividing by total number of throws, that is 1000. Here last zeros you can cancel, so simplified probability answer is 19 by 100. This is the probability of last outcome. Okay, you can see that in denominator you have same 1000. I already said for a given random experiment denominator is same. Okay, thank you. Next question is the percentage of marks obtained by a student in the monthly test, monthly unit test are given below. Unit test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the percentage of marks obtained are like this: 69 in first, 71 in second, 73 in third test, 68 in fourth unit test, and 74 in fifth unit test. Based on this data, find the probability that the student gets more than 70% marks in the unit test. So you are asked to find the probability of, means P of what you have to find, student gets more than 70% of marks. Okay, that you have to find. For that, what you have to do? Now to observe the table, in how many tests he got more than 70% mark, that you have to see. More than 70%, here you have 71, more than 70, 73 and 74, that is also more than 70%. Okay, so in 3 tests he got more than 70% marks, that you have to write in numerator. Okay, you have to write a number of a test in which he got more than 70% mark, that is out of 5. In the 3 tests he got more than 70% mark. So in numerator you have to write 3 dividing by total number of tests, that is 5. So 3 by 5, that is the probability that a student obtained marks more than 70%. Okay, and is an insurance company selected 2000 drivers at random in a particular city to find a relationship between age and accidents. The data obtained are given in the following table, and this is the table, okay, that shows the relationship between the age and accidents. Find the probabilities of the following events for a driver chosen at random from the city. And first one, you have to find the probability of the driver being 18 to 29 years of age and having exactly 3 accidents in a year. Second one, being 30 to 50 years of age and having 1 or more accidents in a year. And third one, you have to find the probability that a driver having no accidents in 1 year. Okay, so we calculate probability of these 3 events one by one. Now first one, you have to find the probability of a driver is 18 to 29 years of age and having exactly 3 accidents in a year. Okay, so here you have to write probability of a driver is 18 to 29 years of age and having what? Having exactly 3 accidents in a year. And I'll write directly answer of this. Okay, that is equal to, what you have to write in the numerator place, you have to see the number of accidents. How many accidents are 3 accidents in a year, and that driver must be between age 18 to 29 years. Okay, so where you have to see in the table 18 to 29 years row you have to see, and exactly 3 accidents, exactly 3 accident column, and 18 to 29 years row, that will meet at one number, that gives you the number of drivers met with the 3 accidents, and they are between age 18 to 29. So that you have to write in the numerator. Okay, so 61 number of drivers in between age 18 to 29 and met with the exactly 3 accidents in a year, dividing by total number of drivers. How many drivers are there? Total number of trials here, total number of drivers. Okay, so that is the 2000. So 61 dividing by 2000, that is the probability of the first event. Okay, so this is the answer for the first one. And second one, you have to find the probability of a driver is between 30 to 50 years. So here you have to write 30 to 50 years of age and having one or more accidents in a year. So here you have to write having one or more accidents in a year. And for this you have to see the table, that is equal to how many drivers are between this much age, that is in between 30 to 50 years age, and having one or more accidents. Having one or more accidents means in that you have 1, 2, 3 or over 3. Okay. So in between which age you have to see? In between 30 to 50. So this row you have to see 30 to 50, and how many accidents? Having one or more accidents in a year. One or more means you can consider one accident, two accidents, three accidents and over 3. Okay. All these numbers you have to take the total of that. Okay. So which total you have to take? 125 plus 60 plus 22 plus 18. In that what you have? In that you have one or more accidents in a year. Here you have one accident, here you have two accidents, here you have 3, and here you have over 3, means more than 3. So these are the number of drivers met with an accidents, one or more accidents in a year, and between age 30 to 50. So total of that numbers you have to take. I'll do that in a side. 125 plus 60 plus 22 plus 18. What is this? Total of this gives you number of drivers in between age 30 to 50 and met with an accident, one or more accidents in a year. Okay. And that total gives you 8 plus 2 10 plus 5 15, 1 left, 2 plus 6 8, 8 plus 2 10, 10 plus 2 12, 1 left, 225. So 225 is what? That is the number of drivers in between age 30 to 50 years and having one or more accidents in a year. So in a numerator you have to write 225 dividing by total number of drivers. Total how many drivers are surveyed? Total 2000 drivers are surveyed. Okay. And these are both numerator and denominator. You can cancel by 5. So you cancel by 5. 4 times 20, 2 left, and 5 times 25. Then denominator 5, 4 times 20, 0 times 0, 0 times 0. Still you can cancel by 5, 9 times and 5, 8 times 40, 0 times. Okay. So simplified probability answer here is 9 by 80. For the second one, probability answer is 9 by 80. And next third one, probability of third event you have to find, that is probability of a driver having no accidents in 1 year. So here age limit not given. For the third event you are not given age limit, and that driver should not met with an accident. No accidents in 1 year means that driver should not met with an accident. Okay, that you have to write in numerator place divided by total number of drivers. So for the third one, what we have to write? Driver probability of driver having no accidents, in 1 year. For that you have to see the table. How many drivers are not having any accidents in 1 year? That you have to see. No accidents means 0 accident. Number of accidents is 0. So in that you have 3 numbers, 440, 505 and 360. These many drivers are not having any accidents in 1 year. Okay. So total of these 3 numbers you have to take. I will do that in a side. 440 plus 505 plus 360. Okay. What is this? This is the number of drivers having no accidents in 1 year, and that total gives you here 5 and 6 plus 4 10 and 1 left, 5 plus 5 10, 10 plus 3 13, 1305. That many drivers are not met with an accidents, dividing by total number of drivers. Total number of drivers, that is 2000. Here also both numbers are divisible by 5. So cancel by 5. 5 2 times 10, 3 left 30. 5 6 times 30. 1 time 5. And here 5 4 times 20. 0 times 0. 0 times 0. So simplified probability answer here is 261 dividing by 400. Okay. So you have to observe a table properly, and this is the probability answer. Okay. Thank you. Next question is 50 seeds were selected at random from each of 5 bags of seeds and were kept under standardized conditions favorable to germination. After 20 days, the number of seeds which had germinated in each collection were counted and recorded as follows. Okay, bag, there are 5 bags, 1 2 3 4 5 bags, and the number of seeds germinated in the first bag is 40, second bag is 48, third bag is 42, and fourth bag 39, and fifth bag 41 seeds are germinated. Okay. And for that you have to find what is the probability of a germination of more than 40 seeds in a bag, second 49 seeds in a bag, and third one you have to find the probability of germination of more than 35 seeds in a bag. Okay. So now for the first one you have to find the probability of, means P of what? P of germination of a first one, that is more than 40 seeds, in a bag. So what is the event now? Event is that germination of more than 40 seeds in a bag. And according to the standard formula, in the numerator, what you have to write? You have to write the number of bags in which you have more than 40 germinated seeds. Okay, dividing by total number of bags. In how many bags you have more than 40 germinated seeds, that you have to see from the table. More than 40 seeds, in which bag you have? In the second bag you have more than 40, third bag you have more than 40, and fifth bag you have more than 40 germinated seeds. So number of bags in which you have more than 40 germinated seeds, that is the 3 number of bags in which you have these many germinated seeds, dividing by total number of bags. How many bags you have? 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so total number of bags is 3 out of is 5. So answer is 3 by 5. That is the probability of a first event, that is probability of a germination of more than 40 seeds in a bag. You have to see the table to get how many bags having more than 40 germinated seeds, more than 40 numbers, that is in which bag? Second bag, third bag, and fifth bag. So there are total 3 bags which contains more than 40 germinated seeds, that you have to write in the numerator, dividing by total number of bags. You are given only 5 bags. Okay, so dividing by 5. So 3 by 5, that is the probability of a first event. Next, probability of a second event, that is probability of germination of 49 seeds in a bag. Germination of this is the answer for the second sub question, probability of germination of 49 seeds in a bag. And see the table whether any bag is having 49 seeds, 49 germinated seeds. There are no bags with the 49 germinated seeds. Okay, here you have 40, here 48, 42, 39, 41. No bags contains 49 germinated seeds. So number of bags which contains the 49 germinated seeds, that is 0, because here you can't see 49 number, means there are no bags with the 49 germinated seeds, dividing by total number of bags, that is 5, and 0 by any non-zero number is always 0. So here probability of a second event you will get 0. Okay, and next same type probability of a third event. What is the probability of third event? That is probability of germination of water more than 35 seeds in a bag. Seeds in a bag. Okay, now you have to see the table. How many bags are having more than 35 seeds, more than 35 germinated seeds. Okay, each bag actually having 50 seeds. In that, how many germinated seeds are there? That is given in the table. Now you have to see the table for this, that is which bag contains more than 35 seeds. You can see that all these numbers are more than 35, right? 40, 48, 42, 39, 41, all these numbers are more than 35, means all these 5 bags contains more than 35 germinated seeds. So in the numerator, what you have to write? You have to write 5, because all 5 bags contains these many germinated seeds. Dividing by total number of bags also same, that is 5, and 5 by 5, that gives you 1. Okay, so 1, that is the probability of the third event. And always you keep in mind that probability of any event that is always less than or equal to 1 and greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so this one you have to keep in mind. You are not getting probability answer more than 1 or less than 0. Always probability of any event that is either equal to 1 or less than 1 or equal to 0 or greater than 0. Always lies between 0 and 1, and it takes values 0 and 1 also. But it won't take more than 1 or less than 0. That is negative values. Okay, thank you.